Alright. We're going to do a very brief server tour. Got my wife with me. You want to say hi?
Pop poop pooper.
Thanks for testing the pop filter. Alright, so let's just start with a little tour around our house. We've shown off our little tree thing, which really isn't that complicated. It's actually kind of ugly. I wouldn't exactly call it a scar, but I'm not terribly pleased with the way it looks. This is our automated chicken thingy. It's got a bunch of chickens in the top here. And we've actually created something of a chicken singularity, I guess. Each of the four corners has like 1 billion chickens in it, and then they just sort of zip around between the four corners. It's kind of a strange phenomenon. Anyway, they lay eggs. The eggs go into hoppers, and then I can't remember if this was a dropper or a dispenser, but it shoots them out and hatches the eggs. And then when they grow up, they hit the lava, they get cooked, and we get cooked chicken and feathers down here. And I've been using the chicken, I've been using the chicken as my primary food source. We'll put those feathers away in a minute. We'll put them in the trash. Next door we have the sheep. My wife likes to do the animal farming. We've got grass in here so that if we dye them and we want to get their wool, they can grow back the wool nice and easy. And we've got glass because it's a server, and when we unload and reload the chunks, they used to suffocate in the walls. But we don't have that problem anymore with the glass there. Next door we've got, sorry, I was a little ways from the microphone, not microwave. That might not have been very loud. Anyway, we've got cows here. They like to try to get out. This was our first test for non-suffocating, and we just put fences, and that seems to be working alright, although they do get stuck in the corners of the fences sometimes. Oh, there we go. That's no good, but we don't really want to tear it out and put glass up right now, so it stays. We've also got next door our pigs. And these guys also have glass, and they're doing alright. Looks like she just harvested all the animals pretty recently. In addition to that, we've got our water source out here, and behind here we've got our farms. So we've got mostly wheat around here. We've got carrots on one side here and potatoes on the other side here, wheat on the ends. We've got a bunch of sugarcane here. We've got our melons and pumpkins here. We've got our, what was this, netherwort here. And that looks like about it for the farm. You can see a switch on the side of that chicken thing. If we ever decided to shut down the operation, just throw that switch. And all it does is make it so that the dispenser or dropper or whatever that thing is won't shoot out the eggs anymore. So the guys upstairs will still hatch or lay eggs. The eggs will just accumulate in there in the hoppers, and these guys will still grow up and get cooked and drop their feathers and stuff, but at least no more production will be continued. Alright, let's look inside the house. So up here we've got our basic furnaces for when we just get back. We throw all of our stuff in here that we got. We take out everything that is divisible by 8 and we cook it in here. We've got our coal supply down here. Got an ender chest. We've each got our own chest. Rochelle's got her, I've got a little plug-in, what do you call those? I don't remember. But anyway, I've got a little thing that shows these as master swords. That's just a diamond sword. So she's got her stuff in here, and I've got my stuff in here. We've each been collecting kind of our own supply of name tags. She doesn't have that many. I might share some with her. There you go, have some name tags. We've got our maps. This is all the maps. We'll go and look on a wall somewhere, but I shift click mine in so I keep one of each. Plus if I ever die and lose this one, I can just come duplicate this one. And in my ender chest I keep a bunch of spare maps and paper so that I can map new areas. We actually have an area that I haven't mapped yet that I want to go to soon. And I've got my banner here that I use for marking my stuff, which I really haven't done a whole lot of. We've got Rochelle's banner. And, oh, downstairs one level down, we've got our brewing station, which all we've really made is a bunch of instant health potions and some speed potions. We were testing to see whether for our long tunnels it was better to use an 8-minute potion of swiftness or a 1 minute and 30-second speed 2 potion. Speed or speed 2. This one was a lot better, and the tunnel length did not dictate. You could actually make it down the tunnel and back again in about 8 minutes with this speed. This one was much better for going one way. We've got our brewing supplies, water, extra bottles, some instant health that we picked up from witches. We're waiting for a third one so we can add some glowstone. I actually don't have a ton of glowstone right now. And a fire resistance potion that we got from a witch as well. Then we've got all of our nether wart. Whoops, you dropped some paper on the ground there, honey. We've got some books that we've enchanted. We've got our enchanting stuff and our lapis lazuli. If you're on this server and you want to come do some enchanting, you can use our lapis. Just make sure you pay us back somehow. Down here we've got our iron, which we want more of. Can never have too much iron. We've got our riches, the gold, and diamonds. We've actually had quite a few diamond hits recently, and some emerald. Down here we haven't got anything yet. This is redstone. We actually intend on filling all of those probably because redstone is overabundant at the levels we've been mining at. Some tools, weapons and armor. This is mostly, we've got infinity on our bows, so this is mostly from killing skeletons. We made quite a few arrows early on, but it was probably only like these 5 stacks or something. The rest have been from killing skeletons while we go spelunking. Let's see, we've got odds and ends, some TNT, the music discs we've picked up. Oops, this probably should be somewhere else. I think I was looking for one of those earlier. I'll put it in here. We've got just odd building and construction materials, doors, gravel, polished granite, and a whole bunch of stuff. We've got our cooked food, which I'll probably take some of this down to spawn later. You can come along. We'll keep 1 stack. We like to keep some of the steak for ourselves, even though I'm eating chicken. We move almost all the chicken down to spawn. And that's it. We've got our raw food. Just kind of raw supplies. Got some potatoes we could bake. Maybe I'll stick some of those in. Yep. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that was not on purpose. So, let's see. And then in here, well, got your diorite and andesite and granite. Got quite a bit of that. What else have we got in here? Plant stuff. And rails. We just laid down a whole bunch of rails, so that's not all of our rail. And wood. Monster junk. These slime blocks are mostly thanks to Tatom 258's slime farm. The rest of it we pretty much just collected by killing stuff. We've got our ender pearls. Kind of outgrew this chest, so we moved more monster stuff down here. Nether stuff. I just went on a glowstone collecting jaunt and ended up with all that. We also went and killed a bunch of blaze rods for a little while to get some more of those. And then in this room here, we've got a bunch of hardened clay and stained clay. And most of this is empty. We did have a cobble overflow here for a little while. You can see all of our tunneling has been collecting a bunch of cobblestone. But I created this garbage can so that things that we have an excess of can go in here. But if we ever decide we want them, we can retrieve them. So, in here, you can see we've got several full chests already of cobblestone. We've got excess of pumpkins, feathers, melons, seeds, carrots. If you ever want any of this stuff, oak saplings, come on down. Come grab some, because we've got way too much. So, gotta go to sleep. Let's see, we'll probably go to spawn next. So I'm a little bit torn on using the nether. For the current version of Minecraft that we're in, every time you go to the nether, it kills your map. So if I were to go into the Nether Portal right now and come right back, my cursor wouldn't show up on the map, which is a pretty big problem because I use maps for navigation pretty exclusively. Now, Tatom258 does have a plugin that shows your, it's got a map for the server and it shows your location on that map. But I'm honestly not a huge fan of having, I don't have dual screens, so I don't like having to go back and forth. These in-game maps are great, but they break every time you go in the Nether. So, a little torn. He does have a thing where you can type in home. Well, you can set your home location and teleport there, and you can type in spawn to go to spawn. And I have to admit that on occasion, I do that. And the reason is because we have Nether portals set up for most of the transportation. It's just a pain when you go through the Nether and then your map breaks and you've got to relog. You've got to log out and log back in. So the reason I came out here, this is our hunting grounds. Every time we want to go monster hunting, we don't like having creepers explode around our house. So we come out here, and that's how we got all of our ender pearls. It's just a lot of nights we'll just come out here and hunt monsters until the daytime is back. Anyhow, so I often will just, I've got a tunnel system that gets me around places. So it's not like getting home is a problem. It just sometimes it's a time saver, or sometimes it prevents my map from breaking just to use the home command like that. I know I gave Tatom258 a bit of a hard time about how teleporting is cheating. But the Nether Portal breaks your maps, so... Oh, I forgot to include, we've got our water source block here, and it's one of those cool ones that you can grab and it redoes itself, so that's pretty cool.
It does itself.
Redoes itself. So, anyhow, we've got two things. We haven't built anything over here, but I did build this nice little bridge over here so that we could build over here and it would be kind of connected to our house. And then over here, we've got a tunnel that goes out to our project area where we are mining. So this is the mine entrance. That's the quick way down. Here's the slow way down. Now this way actually does have a quick drop as well, but we found that we would jump down and just drift a little off to the side and hit the staircase and die, even with falling protection, feather falling. So no, actually I don't think I've tested it with feather falling. Maybe that was before we got feather falling. Anyway,
I had feather falling and I still
did you?
died.
So, down here in the mine, we've got this one that goes west, and this one's got a minecart track. You can kind of see my wife in the distance there because, there we go, the chunk didn't unload her yet. So that one goes way off to the west. This one just goes a little ways to the north. You can see the end of the tunnel. This one goes way off to the east, and we'll probably do a tour of that later. And this one goes to the south, but not yet. So I will just really quickly tack on, whoops, we'll go to spawn. So this is where if I went through the Nether Portal, well, I'm just going to cheat all over the place right now. Back at our house, the Nether Portal and the mine entrance are close. So let me just show that off. There's the Nether Portal, and there's the mine entrance. So here's that little door that I came out through. Here's the mine entrance. Here's the old mine entrance. And the only way up right now without cheating. And here's the Nether Portal. I'm not going to go through the Nether Portal. Let's warp to where the Nether Portal comes out if I were to go there. And maybe I will do a video showing off our Nether stuff, because we do have some stuff in the Nether that we can show off. But had I just gone through the Nether to get to spawn... Oh, I got seriously turned around there, didn't I? There it is. Would have come out right here. So over here, well, that's the spawn building that Tatom258 built for this server. Here's our this is where you can come and get some food. So here's where we keep the extra chicken. I have some steak to put away. That's everyone's favorite, although no one really seems to take anything because no one's ever on the server. And then this is where people are supposed to leave stuff for us when they take the food, but honestly no one ever does, so I might convert these to other supplies that people can take if they need them. The only other building down here is, you can see where my wife is. She's riding a minecart all the way west. It's going to end somewhere in the ocean that she's heading toward. So this is our projects room. We've got signs in the chests, and you can post your projects. And then here's the map. Those maps on the east there, I want to go and create those. I haven't done it yet. Man, that tunnel is a long tunnel. You hit the kilometer mark somewhere around where that cursor is in the halfway from our house. So you can definitely get the riding in a minecart for a kilometer achievement that way. Anyway, let's see, these are future projects. So we want to go through the end portal and defeat the Ender Dragon. We've got a blaze grinder we want to build. We've got a double cave spider farm. We found 2 cave spider spawners almost right next to each other. And you can see my wife is still in the tunnel. She's almost at the end of it. And then we've got spawn needs to be lit up a little bit better. And current ongoing projects, we've got our tunnel network in the overworld, which you can see the tunnel from my house goes all the way out that far west. I'm going to join my wife in a little bit here. There's a slime farm that Tatom is building, and it's only half done, I think. I actually haven't checked that out in a while. Maybe he finished it. The Nether Hub needs more destinations. I'm still working on making maps and exploring, opening up all the data on the maps. You can see most of them are barely touched. Just 2 of them are completely filled in. And then we've got completed projects. My wife and I built that food store. The Nether Hub was completed by Tatom258. And we've got this projects room here. So that pretty much does it. This is the entrance to our cave network, which I, again, might do a tour of later. I could go down into this cave and connect, just run over to the cave where my wife is. Everything connects. This goes north toward where there are a couple of player houses, including Tatom258. His house is just this way. The other one is down further that way. I think it's Revan Shadow. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. And then if you go this way, you'll hit a tunnel network that joins right up with the one that my wife is in. So I'm going to go ahead and work my way home and end this video. And we'll probably start recording again just to record our little adventures in the caving. My wife and I love going in and doing some caving. So that does it for that video. And I'll catch you in another one.